Wouldn't it be great to be gifted? In fact, it turns out that choices lead to habits. Habits become talents. Talents are labeled gifts. You're not born this way, you get this way. Seth Godin. My friends, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. That is all we ask. We see everything up for the day except bonds. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. We see it's up 1.33%. Haven't had a reset yet on this half-day chart after we had that successful little up trade there. Last week it ended. Saw things pop up a little higher and then down, and then we have a green spinning top at the end of the day. Today, still in a confirmed up move. And again, we can see we're for the last. Now we're going, we peaked back on the week starting the 1st of February. Last week a little lower. This week so far a little lower. I'm sorry, 2-day charts. So that was the 1st of February, then on the 3rd, then on September 7. I was conflating the 2-day with the weekly. Sorry about that. But we see how we've reached lower highs. So we'll keep an eye, see how that treats us. Now let's look at the weekly. We can see where last week we peaked and this week we've not hit that prior high. Still green on the STC. You can just see the 200 EMA at the bottom, so we're above that. So we're still in up trends. We're just waiting, watching, and seeing when we can get a reset to jump back into a potential up move. Hadn't happened yet. Look at the NASDAQ 100, a booming up 2.12%. We've gone red a little bit, and now we're back to green. We haven't had a reset on the STC. Green spinning top in the afternoon. Again, lots of indecision in the morning, but pumping up in the afternoon. As we look at our volume, we can see there was a lot being sold and bought and then popped up in the afternoon and pushed back down. So we'll see what the insiders have planned for us as we move forward on those charts. Now, that's where we are on the half day. What about the 2-day? See where it's just popping right up there, just trying to push above the 200 EMA, green on the STC, green candles, but again, not reaching higher highs like we saw on the S&P 500. Same on the weekly like the S&P 500 above the 200 EMA, but again, not topping higher. So we're going to see a short-term reversal. I don't know. Maybe things will just get pumped up tomorrow even more than they did today. But that's where we are on stocks. We look at bonds. We're going into the 3rd day of down movement. We're going to push through the 200 EMA or pop back up, down 0.83%. We saw where things, had hit the top and then moved back over. That was our jumping in point on Monday morning, and again has continued to move down. We do see some both up and down movement in the afternoon, but overall down 0.83%. Where are we on the 2-day? It's still green on the STC. Do have a couple of down candles, no wicks on top. We look at where we are on the weekly. We also see it losing all that upward momentum that it had last week. As far as candles go, still green on the STC. So we'll keep the powder dry, see which way bonds are going to go. If we have a bounce off, things go back to green, we can sure jump into that. Let's look at gold. Gold has reset for us, hasn't it, on the STC. What is it going to do? Up a little bit for the day, 0.10%. Spinning tops in the morning showing us some indecision. Of course, on that 2-day chart, we have two 2-day candles of strong down movement after things peaked with the most recent high on Wednesday, the 1st of February. Still above the 200 EMA, but red on the STC. What about the weekly? Weekly still green on the STC. Lots of indecision last week. Look at those wicks and little bitty spinning top there. And then proceeded by subsequently we had a strong down candle. Again, not quite reaching the low of last week with all of that indecision and volatility. So keep our eyes on gold. Again, we see things move over, heading up hard. We'll be batting against the weekly and the 2-day, so we'll see if that does give us an occasion to look at that. And again, not a lot of volatility here today in Bitcoin, up 0.41%. Again, as we look at these charts, we can see where Bitcoin popped up on Thursday afternoon of last week, and then, of course, down hard on Friday, and sort of testing that low again, we can see during the course of the afternoon above the 200 EMA, and, of course, reset, went from green to red. We look at where we are on the 2-day. We can see where it peaked most recently back on that Wednesday, Thursday candle, the 1st and 2nd of February, then a spinning top and then down, and a doji and then down. And again, we can see where things peaked last week and where we have a much smaller candle this week. So again, waiting for Bitcoin to get us reset on the STC and again, give us some comfort with some up moves. All that volatility doesn't tend to make you feel real safe there. Folks, we always love to hear from you. cw@chartingwealth.com. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to us. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.